Members of the jury, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Samaritan. I'm a software engineer. I'm the founder of Redistributing, and we're here today to talk about Samaritan. That is my partner, with Lawrence. We want to talk about Project Samaritan. So 2019, COVID hit unexpectedly, and it caused a lot of problems, economically, socially, physically, and financially. And this led to hundreds of thousands of people losing their jobs. A lot of people were fired because employers were trying to reduce the size of their employees. And this firing of people made thousands of people to become broke. A lot of people could not really live on their savings, and those that lived on their savings actually ran out of money. Now, this broken nature of people made it that people will be struggling to eat because they had lived off all their savings and there was basically nothing to eat. They had no job, no money in their pockets, and then no food. But then there's this other class of people who were not really hit by this. There are other people who had actually saved a huge amount of money in the bank, and they had a lot to eat, a lot to spare, and a lot to throw away. And these people actually, some of them actually want to donate food, donate items to those who need it, but they are unsure of where these people actually are. So what do we want to do with our platform? What can we do to ensure that people don't really suffer from this problem in the COVID-19 period? We came up with a platform called Samaritan. This is a platform that connects the rich, in quote, the rich, with the people in need. You can share a meal, you can share shoes, bags, and other items with people who don't actually have. So it functions in a simple way. I'm going to directly go to the browser and show how it works. Okay, so from the web platform, you have Samaritan. It says, join the sharing revolution, become a donor, donate something which you are currently not using. It could be food, it could be basic items in the house. And if we scroll down, we will see that we have different categories of things you can donate. You can donate food items, drinks, dresses, bags, shoes, electronics, jewelry, and even furniture once you are changing items in your house. And scrolling down again, you will see, okay, these are items, demo items, which we have been able to post on the platform. We have shoes, a MIFI modem, plates, you have a watch, you have a laptop, fine art, grapes, natural juice, and anything. Now, for example, if somebody is interested in getting this item that was posted by a donor, they click on the item, and it comes to the details page. We have a bit of internet lag. So once it comes to the details page, it is going to load, and once it loads, the person who is interested in getting the product, for example, this is the description where you can pick up, great support, the time that you can pick up this item and the status, and then when it was posted on. So if you're interested in this, you just simply leave a request using the form, passing your name, email, phone number, and a message. Maybe you want to tell the person something, and you will have that information submitted. Now, if you are interested in also donating an item to the people, to somebody out there, you can come to post an item. Currently, it doesn't require any authentication, so we want to make it very simple. You basically put the category which you want to post, the title, the description, the type of item, if you are actually giving it out, or you actually requesting that if somebody has it, the person can actually donate it to you, and all that information. Now, once people contact you, you can view it through your inbox here. It will load an inbox section where you can see the people who have actually requested items from you. And this was actually built within this hackathon. This idea we had, I will build it within these 2 days of this hackathon. So I'll go back to the presentation and continue. Now, we've seen how it works. The competitors, I've really not seen any platform in Cameroon that does exactly the same thing, but This is the exact or similar competitor out there in the West. Or OLX is used by millions of people to donate food items, especially in the US and in Europe. Then about this platform, it doesn't end only at donating food. Now, if we look at NGOs can also use to share items. Hotels, for example, other entities, restaurants who have a lot of food, like if we go down, they will notice that there are a lot of times that they throw away food. They can use it to donate. And this can be a way of goodwill measurement such that if the government can understand, okay, this organization is into charity of giving out things to people, then they can help to reduce their taxes by a certain percentage. So that's a possible usage. This is a team we have. We have cumulative over 10 years of software development experience and 5 years. So it's a gender mixed team. We have 2 gentlemen and 1 lady. The other developers are back in Boyer. Thank you very much for listening, and we pray you can join the food revolution. You can visit the platform samaritan.digitalrenter.com. We are currently located in Boyer, and you can contact us through the phone numbers on the screen. Thank you very much.
Hello. Okay, so thank you for the presentation. The only question that I had in mind was, how do you make sure that the person who's receiving something is actually someone that is in need? Because I can say, okay, I see that it's available, I say I want it, and I go and I request it, I receive it, and I go and I sell it back somewhere. How do you guarantee that doesn't happen?
My question is a bit connected to his question, because if you are really poor, you don't have any smartphone, you don't have access to the website, you don't have data to connect. So actually you need to be not that poor to use the solution. So for me, there's some problems.
I think you have a very pertinent point there. It's not exactly designed for the poorest of the poorest. If you were working, of course, and the COVID-19 hit, at least you will have a phone, you have data to go online. So it's not built for the extremely poor people, like not for that term. Then to answer his question, I would say we don't have a silver bullet for that. We don't have a precise measuring cylinder to say this person who is receiving it deserves it. So at some point, since you are the person giving out the item, it is going to be based now on your gut feeling to feel like, because once you put an item, I presume there are going to be lots of people who are going to contact you. So it's at your discretion to choose whom to actually give the item to. But further processing can be done in the case where an organization can be formed around this project such that the items are given to the organization and the organization takes charge of the validation process. So an independent organization that is in charge of giving the items over to people who need. So the organization actually takes charge of knowing that this person is maybe this broke because of XYZ reasons. Yeah, that would be my suggestion in mitigating it. But for now, we don't really have an exact solution to that problem. We are still looking at it.
Merci. Peut-être ma question va un peu rejoindre celle de monsieur. Pour des zones où l'Internet est très limité, comment je fais pour souscrire et tout ça? Est-ce que vous avez une version, comment dire, je vais dire, hors ligne, où on peut charger les données, mais dès qu'on sort peut-être dans un ordre de la connexion, les données, comment dire, se téléchargent sur votre plateforme?
It's a very interesting question. We had 2 days to do this. We did all of this in 2 days. So a possible offline version can be set up that will have SMS support, or maybe USSD support, such that in the zones where there's no internet, maybe through a small *12 something, you can actually get the list of items that is available to be donated, and you make a request. But we had just 2 days to do this, and basically I really don't have enough sleep in my eyes.
Thank you for your expose. How do you find your responsibility during a product exchange between 2 people or 2 institutions? I mean, maybe you have 1 institution and you have 1 person. Where is your responsibility? Do you see your responsibility anywhere concerning the exchange of goods?
So currently it's a minimal version whereby we have little or no interaction. You post the item, somebody who is interested in comes and collects the item. But now looking at what he made mention of, how are you sure that this is actually somebody who needs it? And an independent organization can be set up around this product. It's more of a humanitarian, not a profit-based project, such that an organization can be set up where I don't give the item directly to you, I give it to the organization. The organization goes through the system, knows that, okay, this person, maybe 100 persons have placed a request for food over the past, let's say, week, 1 week. Then food comes. They decide now who to give that food to amongst those 100 persons. So that's where a physical individual can actually take place to do the mitigation on the platform. But currently, it's more of connecting the person who has and the person who needs directly.
Another question is, do you track the exchange? Because my question concerns the guarantee. Because maybe I can give something to someone and then it's happened that they eat it, and after the stomach begin to make then and then sorry, excuse me. But for me, it is also an essential question where you have to think about, because the person is going to say, okay, this is the one who has set up the platform, and then if there is something wrong, I'm going to try to look for the person. How are you going to solve this problem? Because I think it is something that may happen.
Yeah, that's very true. I was following a documentary on Facebook the other day where a guy was saying that a lot of restaurants throw away food and they don't give it to the poor. And there was an interview and they asked some of the restaurants why. And their main reason was, if we give this waste food, or if we give this excess food to the poor and to the needy and they get poisoned, they can actually sue us. So that's like what you're trying to see. If they get into problems when they eat the food, they can actually sue. So I don't really have, I'm not sure, sir. Maybe if you, I would really like to work with you and maybe to help broaden the scope to know what can be done in this situation. Again, we just did this in just maybe less than 48 hours, so there are a lot of unanswered questions that needs to go through a business development session, and then we'll figure out a lot of these questions, answers, and then see what to do.
Okay, I have a question on the logistics and security. Okay, you have already said it is not really for the poorest, because I imagine if, okay, I need to have the devices to have access to the platform and check where is the items, I must understand the language, the English or French. Okay, if I identify the item, I need to go and collect. If it is in the farm and I am in the south, can you imagine the logistic between the donor and the one who is in the needs?
It's not very...
Okay, that is first one question in logistics, and the second is security. When people communicate, if something happens, is there any tracking? Is know that this one and this one communicate at certain point together?
Okay. To answer your first question, what we plan to add on this system is some level of, I don't know if you call it geofencing, such that if you're looking for an item, or if you come on the platform, it will show you items only around maybe a particular mile radius, such that you, except you decide to explicitly state that you want it far above this location. Maybe you plan on going to Garua, you say, okay, let me see what's in Garua, maybe I could benefit something from there. So currently it will restrict the search just to a particular marriage such that you don't spend far amount of money than the value of the item which you want to collect. Now, on the second part of security of both parties is, the first thing we did, or the first thing we have is when when you post an item, your identity is not revealed. That is just your name. Your phone number, your email is not revealed. So you are at the safe side. You only decide who to contact. That's why you see the people who have actually left you a message on your inbox. So you decide, okay, if I want to contact this person, then I know that, okay, this is the person I'm contacting. We can only do more sensitization to say, be careful about whom you meet, ensure that you do exchanges in public places, maybe a few advices to ensure that people don't really fall into problems. But to say we can give maybe assurance of security, it will really be a difficult part. But again, to the point, I want to come to the point, if an organization is set up around this, or it's working alongside with NGOs like maybe GIZ, WHO, Red Cross, and other organizations that provide humanitarian service to people, they can now come into the platform as a third party, collect the item, then ensure they give it to the right person so they don't get into any security risk.
And I have a last question that I will ask to any other teams that are developing software. We presented the digital principle for development. Which one did you apply in your project? Under the 9.
I'm sorry, I didn't really go through that part.
Okay, maybe I can have one question. A part of your personal, maybe you want people to share things, and you and your team. Okay, above that, have you observed anything around you that give you incentive to develop the project?
Anything that pushes me to develop this project?
Yes, je le dis en français.
Okay.
Est-ce qu'en dehors de ta volonté propre de voir les gens distribuer les biens, les choses, est-ce que vous avez observé quelque chose de particulier qui, autour de vous, c'est-à-dire en dehors de vous, qui vous a poussé à développer une telle idée?
I personally had the experience where I'll cook and maybe I cannot eat all that food and I end up throwing it. In a house, the way I grew up, you don't throw away food. It's a taboo. So once I start throwing away food, it doesn't work for me. Somebody out there is hungry. According to the Pope, throwing away food is like robbing the poor. So the food should go to people, and there's tons and millions of tons of waste from both food on the table and food during processing. So if we can redirect this wasted food to people who need it, I think the world could become a better place and less hungry people out there.
Okay.
Is it possible to make money with your platform?
Not yet figured out that one. Maybe donations. It's more free. You cannot really want to charge people who don't have something. And I cannot say give something and then pay me to give it to the other person. So as of now, it's more social product without a strong economic ties to it.
Is open source or?
Okay, it was built using Laravel. Laravel is an open source PHP framework and React for the front end. Maybe we could decide to make it open source completely for another person to continue the development.
Merci, merci pour la parole donnée. Je veux juste qu'il essaie un peu de me situer sur l'impact en fait de son projet. C'est-à-dire qu'au niveau de la lutte, par exemple, contre le Covid, secteur éducatif ou alors l'environnement rural. Enfin, je veux vraiment qu'on me situe un peu à ce niveau, quoi, avec plus de précision. Merci.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I don't think we can fight against COVID with our hands. The researchers are doing a lot of work in producing the vaccine. The government is saying we should wear face masks for protection. The way it's about helping people stay alive while the pandemic is on, and even after the pandemic. So it will not exactly fight against the pandemic, but it will help people sustain themselves while the pandemic is ongoing. So it's more of a financial, or I don't know how to call it, financial sustainability. I don't know. Just thinking of a word that could be used there.
Community service.
Food sustainability, I think. I don't know if it helps on us, the answers the question, sir. So let's think about it like a redistribution of wealth when money is scarce or when food is scarce. Redistribution. Yes, social value, social impact, humanitarian impact using technology. Thank you, sir.
Did you analyze deeply the platform Olio to know, do you have enough time to really analyze it?
Yes, very detailedly. I have an account on Olio. I've tried to post an item. I've seen how their algorithm works. I've basically done thorough research about Olio before this. So the idea came before the hackathon, but we decided to build it all during the hackathon. So a lot of research has been done on Olio to see how they actually function and what are the limitations. I think Olio is a near, if not perfect, system that works a lot well for the Western society. Thank you very much for listening. And you can visit the platform samaritan.digitalrenter.com. I would really appreciate your feedbacks. Thank you.
Design responsive.
Yes, it's design responsive. So you open on a mobile phone, it's very responsive on all device sizes. Mobile phone, tablets, desktop, laptops. Thank you.
So, on passe à